Welcome to my channel. This is a reading for Taurus for the month of August 2020. First off, I want to say thank you very much for those that are returning to my channel and in support. I really appreciate your subscriptions and likes and comments. Just wanted to let you know that I will try to get the readings out a little more frequently. I have had some delays over the last little bit. Life gets busy. But again, really appreciate that you are willing to invest the time in some of the readings. As I say, I do tend to make them fairly lengthy, so I do appreciate it. For those that are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I'll give you just a rundown of the layout itself, just so that you know what you're looking at here. Some of the cards are off to the side, not everything is visible. Generally, the reading itself, I try to keep everything that's related to finance, career, money, that kind of thing, all in the central area here. Everything that is on the periphery is more related to general energies for the month of August, in this case 2020. So some of the cards are not visible, and I will pull them forward as I go along. Anyway, I'll just get right to it. So in general, as a synopsis, and again, thank you everybody for your support. So anyway, in general, the synopsis of the reading is, what I was picking up is that there is some kind of a legal issue I feel that's coming through here. There is, although it's not maybe visible in the reading here, but you do have the Justice card, and I have some clarifiers pulled with the Fool card as well as the Three of Pentacles. So I do feel again that there is a legal matter that's coming through. There's a lot of cards that speak to balance. There's some cards that I feel I'm also speaking to. I should clarify. Again, these are general readings, so not all aspects are going to resonate for everybody, but certainly take what you can that does seem to have some relevance to you. I did feel, again, there's going to be a few groups here, at least 2 or 3 different groups of Taurus that I will be speaking to. So with the one group of Taurus, the area of legalities is relevant, and certainly there's a lot of cards that speak to balance and the approach that you'll need to take regarding this matter. And then, as I said, that there is some other areas. This could actually be, it's more specific to, I guess, 2 different types of Taurus here, but it could also be one relating more to your financial life, and the other is more pertinent to your familial life. Although strangely, I do feel with something with the legal matter, for some this might be related to just a general partnership, that's something that's related to business, that kind of thing, but for others it is more of a familial or closer relationship issue for you. So, but either way, basically the gist of the energy around all of that was not to be aggressive in the way that you approach this legal matter. I feel it's a situation where you're to be supportive and view things from a broader perspective, and not to take a strong stance regarding the issue. So whatever this is, it seems that your position should be one of support versus strong action, because there will be a fair-minded level of justice coming through that I feel will be good for all. There is also another issue in regards to, this could be the Tower moment that's related to this legal issue. As I said, the Tower moment is going to leave you with a sense of, because toward the beginning of August there is some issues around like an end of a cycle. There's messages, a lot of texting, whatever, or communication going through. It's going to cause you some anxiety, and for sure there's a Tower moment that's coming up here, but it does end on, as I say, more of a positive note. I don't feel that it is something that I feel like it ends in some kind of a harmonious way, where it pulls everything together and pulls maybe everyone together, or there's some kind of clean break and decision, and then all is well and everybody can move forward, something along that line. I did pull some advice cards as well, and I'll go through some of the decks as I go through and pull them forward. So this one is actually the Archangel deck, Archangel Power deck, and this is the one I usually use for advice, and that's the Doreen Virtue and the Radley Valentine cards. And again, there is a lot of cards that speak to finding balance, end of cycles, and just kind of letting go, releasing, and moving forward. So again, it doesn't feel like the Tower moment is one to be concerned about. It feels more like it's, okay, I see what's happening, and now I'm going to deal with it, but it's not anything that you'll need to enforce boundaries or create unnecessary drama or tension or angst over, I guess is maybe the only way I can put it. Okay, so I'll just get right to it. And again, there for the other Taurians, I feel that there is some issue regarding actually not issue, I shouldn't say issue, but there is definitely some free-spirited interaction with your children or someone who has a youthful mindset. Could even be yourself, but there's definitely some parental position or approach that you're taking, just because we do have some cards of creativity, time out, parenting, but there's also, again, a lot of cards that speak to balance. And you also have from the Voyager deck here, you've got the Fool Child, which is really, this is the taking a leap of faith. And of course you've got some cards that are replicating, which is again that Fool card. So that's with the Rider-Waite deck. And I'm sorry, I always forget what the Rider-Waite deck is that I'm using here, but I will have to do some research into that one. But I really, really like this deck. It has a great little finish, and it's anyway, it's a really resilient deck. So if you are new to tarot and you want a deck to really flesh out the meanings, I think this is an excellent deck to start with. Okay, so anyway, I will start with the Phoenix, which is at the back here. So the Phoenix is just that, to be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. So again, I don't really feel like the crisis is any really significant situation. I feel this is something that has come up, being dealt with, nothing to really take a very strong position over, because I feel like it's just something that has to be completed or dealt with, or paperwork just needs to be, looked after. I don't feel like there's any real harm to anybody. I don't feel that you need to put forward a strong front. I think you really need to support all parties because of the nature of the situation. So I just feel like it's more of a passive stance for you for whatever this legal issue. It may not be directly related to you. It might be something that you are just privy to, or you're in some way having to participate, but not maybe specifically relevant to you. But anyway, in regards to the Phoenix, again, this is a card of being reborn. So, this for yourself, because there was also some end of cycle cards coming through and some tens, that kind of thing. There is quite a few people in this reading, very strong personalities as well, kings and queens, and knights energy, but mostly kings and queens. So I really feel there's some really strong people that are involved in this reading. But irregardless, the Phoenix is really about being reborn. So after some kind of crisis or some kind of upset, or which again I feel is related to the Tower moment. It may be indirectly related to finances, but I don't think it really specifically pertains to you, or that there's any real significant impact to you. But anyway, this does represent, again, Phoenix could have been representing you having lost a job in previous months or something to that effect. It might have been somebody who was close to you that had passed along, that left you feeling, somewhat devastated or just not feeling quite yourself, that there was some sense of having to renew. Again, this is also could be related to other things of the past that you hadn't quite resolved. So the card itself, again, I mean, that's just one general energy around the Phoenix, but it also speaks to power. So in terms of personal relationships, there's a symbol of freedom that comes with the Phoenix here. So it is a positive. It is something where, you know, you're rising from the ashes. There's a sense of light and a chance to look for more meaning in things. You don't want to waste time. You know, this is really a card where you're more connected to your lovers, your friends, your family. Things are growing stronger, and things that were meant to fall away have fallen away. This is a new chapter in your life. So again, in terms of relationships, you know, it's that union. It's a positive relationship union with that yin yang, that balance, male female energy, and could even speak to the birth of a child. I don't see the queen, or sorry, the Empress out, which is also another card that helps to reinforce that. But again, I mean, these are all things that the card represents. But in terms of money, it's a great time for money. You know, this is obviously where you can remain positive because you are making the changes necessary to bring about the money, you know, in terms of your manifesting your dreams and bringing things into a reality here. You know, this is also a time where you could be getting raises, you could be getting opportunities to improve your finances, but it's also about a time of creativity, you know, where your creative talents are starting to surface here, you know. And there was also some other cards in the reading that also spoke to creativity, which again is up here. So I do feel that you're taking advantage and having some prosperous income related to these two things that again also relate around creativity as well. So I think this is really more of a multi-purpose card for you. I don't feel that, as I said, I feel that this is either speaking to quite a few areas of your life, Taurus, or to several, or the two different groups here for Taurus that seem to be really more just more pronounced in the reading. Okay, so flowers is about being generous, success and emotional fulfillment are yours. So again, I didn't feel that you needed to take a strong stance for the month of August. I feel your position is one of support, whether it's support for yourself, support to others. But I feel that you know, with a lot of the cards of balance and just again, I mean, there were cards here as well about being fair. There's the yin energy also coming through. So again, I just feel like you need to really it's not a time for you to be aggressive. I just feel like there's something that's coming to light that needed to be dealt with, and you're to take a look at all sides, not to be critiquing and judgmental, and, you know, supportive of all parties involved here, because I feel that this is something that clearly is impacting more than one person. Okay, so this is a card about abundance, and this is again about being grateful for what you have. You might be wanting to spend some time outdoors. I know COVID's really been an issue for, you know, a lot of people, so, you know, really, you know, maybe even starting your own little garden or something that represents beauty to you, and that could be coming in the way of a haircut, could be coming in the way of, you know, decorating a room, painting something, buying something new or trendy, or just overall something that helps to bring happiness and some joy into your life and allows you to be a little more positive. So again, in terms of personal relationships, and again, I feel your position should be one of warmth and understanding and support in your relationships at this time, at least for the month of August. I don't feel it's a time for you to be strong and willful and you know, to really take any significant position here. Okay, so it is again a card of love. It's a card of unexpected visitors maybe coming as well, and there's also other cards again that speak to unexpected visitors coming through here for the month of August. So I do feel that you probably have some things that are going on here, or maybe plans, you know, to celebrate or or have some kind of social time going ahead here. But either way, it's a card of pleasant surprises. So it's also letting you know that there is some kind of success in new projects. It could be for the fulfillment of dreams. It can also talk about, whatever goals or castles in the sky, that you're making a reality. You're putting your efforts behind, and you're actually manifesting not simply the energy and the ideas, you're actually putting pen to paper. You're actually putting one step in front of the other and helping it to materialize into the 3D world, so to speak. So this is also about if you were searching for a job, this is a time where you can be pleasantly surprised that something comes in to help bring some new energy or new opportunity or money into your world. It is definitely a really good card for networking, and being business savvy. And, these positive thoughts and actions are being rewarded with this card overall. So that is the general energies around the period of August again for you, Taurus. So really looking very good. And again, I don't feel any real strong energies of, even though there's a tower moment here in the middle, I don't feel that there's any real concerns or issues that are prevalent that stand out. So I just think it's something that might have been, whether you knew about it or not, I still feel it's just something that's just having to be dealt with, like just something to clean things up, I guess, so to speak, or just pull it all together and move on. Okay, so anyway, moving on to the next cards. Oh, and I should mention that was the fortune reading cards by Sharina Starr, illustrations by Richard Crooks. So that was the back cards, the first ones that I read with the phoenix as well as the flowers. So the cards following that I will read is the numerology cards, and that's the numerology guidance cards, these three here. And that would be by Michelle Buchanan. So the first card is, of course, creativity. And again, this is a card of just that. So it's really about you reconnecting with your creative side and, being able to align yourself, relying on a lot of intuition. There were some cards coming through that you are much more intuitive at this time as well. So again, I think it's because of that intuition that you're also able to take more of a compassionate, understanding, sympathetic, broader view of the scope of the situation for the month of August, and be less practical and logical minded. I feel that you generally are somebody who is practical and logic minded, but I feel for the month of August that you're taking a step back from that that mentality and taking not being as serious as you might otherwise be. You've got more of a playful, lighthearted nature to you for this period for August. And it does raise your vibration when you are able to stand in alignment with things that are closer to your dreams and things that lift your spirits, like being creative, as well as, it could take the form of painting or music or writing, cooking, jewelry, decorating, photography, landscaping with the flowers, as I said back there, whatever it might be for you, dancing or designing, anything like that. Those are all, this is all coming through for the period of August anyway, that you're just feeling much more inspired. But there is a period of you taking some time out, and that time out really is just maybe this comes at a time, where you were quite busy in the earlier parts of the year, and this is really now you slowing it down, because you might be feeling that you're a little bit tired and irritable and anxious, or you may be just not feeling very well overall. But again, if you are feeling stressed, this is a call for you to slow down for the month of August. Could even speak to just removing yourself from any negative or toxic environments for others of you. Won't speak to every Taurus, but it's a time of healing and recharging. So you might also be thinking about taking a vacation. Whether that is just out in the backyard, going camping, something that is maybe closer to home, lazing around the house, whatever it is, but something that is going to help to rejuvenate you and, give you some kind of energy and renewal and healing. Hot bath, whatever it is, whatever gives you that sense of unwinding, even if it's a good book. But August is the time to do that. So, because you are feeling more inspired and creative, and again, you're in more of a parenting mode here, which is exactly this card. You know, you yourself, I feel, are also taking that that fool's mentality, which again, you had a couple of cards that spoke to that with the Fool Child, which is exactly the equivalent of the Fool in the Rider-Waite deck. So this is really a time for you just to be a little more fancy-free, a little more naive, and spring forward, and you know, and that's all a part of what parenting is as well. If for those that, as I said earlier, for some Taurus, parenting is really quite strong for them. And this is also that time for you to engage in that extended family or circle of friends, or those that have children, you know, or those that behave like children, whatever, you know, where you're just supposed to nurture and teach and really inspire and be creative with them, you know, because when you're raising that vibration with the next generation of children, you're also able to support and invest in the next generation, which will also be able to honor and embrace that same love and unconditional support, you know, with their own families and with the world as well at large. So this is about love and guidance. This is about you just again, not being as practical as you might otherwise be, and just taking more of a step back and more of a supportive role for the month of August. Okay, so the next cards I'll read will be Earth Magic. And this is actually, these are oracle cards here. So this is by Stephen D. Farmer. And that's the cards at the back there, but it's about rainbow and blessings. So I'll start with the first card here. Sorry, Dawn, which is new beginnings. And again, I did feel that you were, there were some cards that spoke to, you know, with the Phoenix rising at the back here. The dawn is also speaking to much the same. So it is some kind of new beginning that's starting here. So in other words, there's some kind of an end of a cycle, something that's finishing up here again with the, you know, with the World card, and in this completion, you know, there is again the Phoenix rising at the back here. Plus, you also have the dawn, which is the new beginning. So again, something is just resolving, and you know, it's just something that needed to be completed, tying up of loose ends, and then a new opportunity begins here. So this is just that renewal and that new beginning. Not a lot more to go into there. And then we also have rainbow blessings. So again, there are some things here for the month of August that you're going to really be able to enjoy, and that's probably family and friends. It's a collaboration of some sort. I do feel that, you know, the rainbows in themselves symbolize a lot of things. So it's good luck, it's the bridge to heaven, it's abundance, it's definitely something that's coming through in your favor here. So with blessings, it is, you know, a blending of all of those things together, something that's going to create some kind of creation or some kind of harmony in this creation. But either way, there's love, there's appreciation, there's blessings, there's, you know, and this usually comes again, rainbows come after a period of grief. So I feel that whatever the storm was that has passed, you're now able to move into, you know, gentle gardening and moving ahead into again, more balance and happiness. So this card, again, as I said, is you overcoming some kind of difficult or painful experience. You're able to let it go now in the month of August. I mean, it's always a continuation or an evolving process. I don't think we always, if there was some kind of a death or a loss or heartbreak, I don't necessarily feel that everything is resolved in a month or two. So I feel there'll be a lot of back and forth energies over the course of, you know, over the months, but some months are just more pronounced with those energies than others. So anyway, moving past that one, we are into the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and that's by Colette Baron Reid. So this is the Sun Dancers as well as the High Lady of Love and Compassion. So we'll start with the High Lady of Love and Compassion. So it's about reverence, kindness, and consideration. So that's these cards here. So this card is really just, it's just you feeling that coming to some kind of, how do I put it? I think intuitively, as I said, you're coming to an understanding that by being loving and compassionate, this is where the true power is, in the material world, is that because love really is that greatest creative power, and it allows us to be not just compassionate, but it also allows us to heal others, including ourselves, those around us. It allows a greater sense of openness, and there's reverence, respect, and empathy, all these things coming through with this kind of power. And it is that compassion that is allowing you to create, and that action of creation is that abundance, that unconditional abundance, that ability to give selflessly, don't expect anything in return, and somehow that kindness always comes back to you. Okay, so the next card is the Sun Dancers. And this one is really, as it says, joyful activity, celebration of life and abundance. So again, there's a lot of blessings and things coming through for the month of August. So anything that you're placing your attention on, is always, or is going to be allowing you to receive something from it. So there's some kind of magnetic energy, that's coming forward from yourself. I think it's also around you, and it's praise and it's victory and it's things being realized, things falling into place with this card. It's about staying positive and just enjoy being in the month of August. It's really a time for you just to celebrate and be around those that you love and you feel support you. So, and again, and not even necessarily support you, because sometimes when we think that we're not supported, oftentimes we are supported in some way that may not be visible in that particular month. But I think so long as we stand true to our values, beliefs, and our character is consistent, and we don't get caught up in a lot of the gossip and all of those things, again, you're raising your own vibration, and you're also able to lift the world into a world that you can, be happy living in, because you're a part of those miracles, and expecting miracles is exactly what will happen. Miracles are blossoming into your life. These ones are pretty straightforward, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but these ones here are actually the Gateway Oracle cards, and that is by Denise Lynn. So, again, basically with the expecting miracle cards, and breaking barriers, it's just that you're expanding, you've got joy and freedom coming in, you're just feeling a lot more, a lot less encumbered by restriction. You're setting yourself free from any self-imposed barriers. You're able to, gather up your resources and move forward. You're not in any way feeling impeded here. There's nothing that's preventing you from overcoming things. You're trusting your instincts. You're pushing through. You're just breaking through, and it's okay to feel messy and chaotic for a while, because everything will work its way out in peace. Because as I said, not only when you break through these barriers, self-imposed restrictions, you can expect those miracles and blessings to be coming through as well. Okay, so the next cards will be the Wisdom of the Oracle cards, and those are by Colette Baron Reid also. This one is actually, again, about being fair, and then there's the yin energy. So with the yin energy, this is also about, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information, taking in cues, but it's also about allowing things just to flow back to you. Again, it's about you being more supportive for the month of August. I don't feel that you really need to push ahead for this abundance or this bounty or whatever. I just feel that it's really something that will allow miracles to appear to you without you having to be the shaper of these things. I think that, things will just start to manifest for you, your dreams, your goals, because I think you're alert and you're maybe studying the actions of others, but in doing so, you're able to figure out a way to gently move forward, because this is not a time for you to take the lead. This is a time for others to take the lead in the month of August. So your power lies in small gestures, soft awareness, and just surrendering to the things around you. So again, it's just about moving effortlessly, because when you don't push forward here, you're actually allowing others to be who they are. And if they can be who they are, you're going to be pleasantly surprised, because how they will be with you now will actually bring more advantage to you. So in terms of prosperity, this is really about a time when the most effective action, as I mentioned, will, to moving forward, is just about you sitting back, observing behavior, and letting others, you're following their lead. So you're not pushing through, you're taking a back seat, you're collaborating with ideas, and you're not dictating what's happening here. You're allowing others to come to you, you're allowing them to feel empowered. You're getting rid of any need you're releasing that need to try to form the way the outcome should be, and you are protected here. You can trust in that abundance coming to you, but it's also about being aware that you don't always have to be the giver, and you don't always have to take the lead. Sometimes you can be the teacher. It's okay, especially for the month of August. There's doorways opening here that are letting you know that you can be a vessel, just an open vessel. You have to, and it's important that we all stand in that same frame of mind, where at different times we are the teacher, at different times we are the student. It is important that we are givers and that we are also receivers, because you need to be able to do all, to be able to know how to give, to know how to receive, to know how another will receive, how to approach them when you want to give, how they, you're broadening your own perspective. So again, the one who receives the gift of that gesture, it will be an equal measure, is what this card is saying. So you want to open up, you want to let love, life, abundance, and things, spirit fill you, because you will receive rewards and blessings for doing so. So again, this is a card about justice, to be fair. And again, I did feel there's a very strong legal issue that's coming through here. Nothing that I feel is taking anything away from you. I feel it's just something that needs to tie up loose ends. So again, the card is to be fair. It's about balance. It's about justice. It's about that law of cause and effect, and that there is some kind of mutual benefit coming in here. So life gives us challenges, but the challenges are also things that can nourish us over time, and it's about finding a way to balance that. So we go from quiet, introspective to action, doing, discovering. It's about, again, taking all sides so that you know how to give, you know how to receive, you know how to let go, you know how to be the student, you know how to be the teacher, because then you get to begin again in a new way, and the cycle of humanity, continues to allow us to experience without judgment and accept all of the things and the faces that we have to become. We have to experience all of these faces and able to find that balance, to find the perfect balance. So you reap what you sow, basically, is what this card is coming through, and it's the cause and effect card. It's the justice card. In terms of relationships, it's also about, how do you find fairness now? How can you achieve that time for listening and balance it out with speaking? How do you find the balance to be understood and as well to understand another? There's a lot to be learned, when you remain open and you're able to weigh these options and all these different sides. You know, and this is you wanting your heart to connect with others, but enable for that to happen, you have to have that balanced exchange of ideas and actions. You also have to be the same recipient. You have to be somebody who is, if you want someone to listen to you, you have to be a good listener. If you want somebody to, you know, be fair, then you also have to be fair. So it's about how do you find a mutual benefit so that every party feels heard, every party feels valued, and everybody feels respected, and there's fairness to all. So this is about even exchanges in terms of prosperity. Justice will prevail. Everybody will be treated accordingly. It's about a fair settlement, and things are negotiated in a mutual gaining, in a mutual way that both parties gain. And it's a time as well, you know, just to negotiate, but also, you know, to square away things in a way that everybody's compensated. You know, keep things in truth. And again, you know, again, this is an important message that that equity be given to all. Don't favor any one particular party over another, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. Because I think at the far extreme of that, you might, you know, you could take the side of someone else and create a personal slight to another, but that actually causes a power surge that, you know, shows more of an imbalance, and it's not you, it's about you choosing sides and thinking that you're committing to the right side, but in actual fact, that's not what should be coming through for the month of August. You are to take more of a kind, empathetic stance and support all sides to make a difference. Okay, so moving on to the energy oracles. Okay, so these are the energy oracles here. And you've got a storm warning, which again, and patience. So again, it's not a time for you to be moving ahead forcefully or taking a strong, you know, position. Again, it's just pretty much feels like the storm warning is a call to the legal issue. But again, it's not nothing significant other than just to highlight that you think there might be loss, but it's really not. It's a card of fairness, and justice will be done. So it's just that potential difficulty, you know, whether it's in an emotional life, in your emotional life, relationships, it could be related to that as well. But it's just, you know, you're hearing something that is a caution, or you feel that you need to be fearful of, but you really don't need to be fearful of this. You know, your power and your wisdom is really coming through because of your inner balance and ability to see all sides. And certainly you're striving for patience and balance throughout the entire month of August here. So again, it's really important that you remain in a impartial stance for this period, because otherwise you'll upset the balance, and that's not where you want to head. So again, it's just a peaceful presence. You know, you're letting go of some things. It's not you're finding stillness. It's not about you know, jumping into some kind of desperate, fearful mindset. You're just releasing things here. You know, you're getting a much clearer perspective in how to go ahead. So again, nothing to really fear here. Because it's really not about you finding one solution. You're actually, I think, maybe helping others to see a broader solution. And it's through your quiet mind and your broader perspective that you're able to help heal others. Okay, so moving into the Enchanted Map cards, that's the Colette Baron Reed cards, Oracle cards. So that would be I did briefly touch on that, the Unexpected Visitors and the Gentle Gardener. So maybe I'll start with the Gentle Gardener card. So the Gentle Gardener card is really just that. It's about being your own person, and you're co-creating with the universe here. So, you might be getting some intuitive inklings about or feelings or beliefs or something that's helping to, ignite that creative reality that you're searching here for, which again, you're cultivating that creative spark. You're likely taking from life, as many of us would that are creative, taking from life the inspiration and bringing it forward into this creative form, whatever it is for you. But that's what co-creation really is. And again, you're going to see miracles unfold with this card. That's what the Gentle Gardener is. It's really about you standing in your integrity, and everything that you're sending out into the world is coming back to you. So stay positive, and you can expect that this garden will be abundant and beautiful. And you also have, again, the unexpected visitors. So for sure, I do feel that you're having some visitors here, friends, family, connections, that kind of thing. And it might be a little unexpected miracle of some sort that's coming through as well. Detours, surprises, something that's just unexpected that in the month of August that you didn't detail out. And that's okay, because the road ahead is, again, with blessings and positive circumstances or positive surprises or events, things that are coming through. And you don't plan for the synchronicity that the universe lines up for you. It's really just a pleasant surprise. It's just something, a new adventure, something you weren't expecting, and it's just, you'll find that it does match up with your own personal agenda here as well. So again, you don't need to take a position of authority here. Your role for the month of August is one of support, broader perspective, helping others to heal, parenting, and certainly enjoying the creative process with them as well. Nothing that is going to call for you to take any practical mindset. Okay, so you have the Fool child, and again, that was the equivalent of the Fool in the Rider-Waite deck, and this is really just that. It's a wide-eyed child, open, curious state of mind, somebody who has maybe original projects or original thoughts or original ideas, something that's coming through that's kind of a natural genius, and you're able to express this. There's some kind of vitality or youthful energy around you. It could be you or another person or children for some of you. And again, it's a growing period. So that's what Spirit is about with this Fool. It's about jumping into the unknown, being everywhere and nowhere, feeling lost, feeling secure. It's about embracing all of the things that, come with the Fool. There's a leap of faith, but there's a certain level of naivety, but you also have all the tools in your bag, to go about this journey. So you come prepared. It's not like you have no skill level, you don't have some kind of expertise, because you do. You're just taking a leap of faith, and this again could be for children, for some, where you're helping them to stay in the spirit of their childlike mind, so that they can develop and grow and feel and just feel like they're empowered, because I find sometimes we tend to grow up too fast. We want our children to grow up too fast, and we take away their ability to feel like a child, and we don't really allow them a chance to enjoy life. We're so busy trying to move ahead with the responsibility that comes with life and teach them lessons. And it's really in our creative moments that we actually harness our greatest powers, because these are the times when you're able to find resolutions, find solutions. Being practical has its place, but creativity allows us to not feel stuck, and it does allow us to feel empowered, because we're able to move without restriction and think in a clever way, think in a broader mindset. So we also have the Seven of Wands here, and again, this is the Voyager Tarot, and this is by James Wanless, who is a PhD who created this one. So with the Seven of Wands, this is about courage. So sevens can be a very lucky number as well, and so this is about that warrior energy, but it's more about, in this particular case for the month of August, a clarity, an ability to see through from an intuitive standpoint, the fears and the dark sides of those that might be around you, that are struggling with their own inner demons, and through your strength, you're actually able to help them to conquer these fears, and they are warnings, but they're not oppressive. These forces, these people that might be coming through, somehow your light, your support is balancing everything out. And I feel with the card of balance, again, it's just that. It's about, you finding a place through your compassion and your kindness that allows others to be less reactive, because this card does stand for the law of action and reaction, and for every action there is that equal reaction. So again, it's about creating a new balance out of imbalance. So it's a dance, it's a continuum, and it's definitely a Libra energy with the balance card coming through here. So it's about making those adjustments so that you have a flexible mind and you're capable of adapting. This could also represent a Libra energy coming through, because we do have the Justice card, which also signifies a Libra energy. So again, it doesn't have to be a Libra, but it can be somebody who has the qualities of a Libra, and what that would stand for, which I'll go into in a bit. But this is, again, balance is about penetrating all of the sides of the issue. So, you're balancing that sort of justice. There's an objectivity that comes through, evaluating pros and cons, plus minuses, that kind of thing, acting with fairness. And you're being fair to all sides of yourself, as well as helping others to find that balance between their mind, their heart, their body, and spirit. So again, if it's in terms of a relationship that you need to seek the balance, it is going to be about you seeking equality in relationships, in a proportionate way. So that would mean that there are some maybe negative sides of yourself that you're going to have to deal with, but also some positive sides to balance it out. So again, just to be aware that your role for the month of August is to create balance. Okay, so on to I'll read the Archangel Power deck at the very end, just because I feel those are going to be the advice cards, and I'll just go right into the Rider-Waite deck with the King of Swords coming through. So the King of Swords, again, this is an energy of a person. I do feel that it can also represent authority figure, as far as somebody who is legal field, somebody who it definitely is a father, or it could be a father figure, something along that line. It does also represent, again, a Libra energy. There's a lot of strong Libra energy coming through here. So I do feel that you are going to be dealing with a Libra energy here in the month of August. But the card itself, this character, this archetype really does represent somebody who's fair and balanced, and really sensitive, compassionate, selfless kind of a person, somebody who weighs all sides of a situation. In terms of a vocation, this person could be a lawyer, they could be somebody who's involved with psychology, or a counselor, interior decorator, anything along that line. But the focus of the card really is just about being clear and discerning in legal matters, and certainly, again, the Libra energy coming through here. You want to be able to see a new perspective as well in terms of advice, and just to release any difficulties or pain or something that is, dwelling on the past, that kind of thing, that will help you to mend relationships, that kind of energies coming through here. So it's, again, any challenging situations that arise, you're trying to find balance here, is what this card is speaking to. So, and again, it could also represent a person, an energy. I did pull some clarifier cards here. We've got the King of Wands with the Eight of Wands and the World card. So again, with the King of Wands, this is also, coming through as an individual. So with the King of Wands, it's usually somebody, again, really strong energies, really strong people coming through, that are quite significant. The King of Wands is really an inspiring character. This is somebody who's energetic, could be a little headstrong. And again, they fall on a spectrum. So, the King of Wands is somebody who, as I said, could be, really headstrong and impulsive and ambitious on the one end of the spectrum, but on the other end, somebody who's inspiring and optimistic and energetic, and and again, the people oftentimes swing back and forth with these characteristics. So again, it could be, somebody who is very self-centered and hot-tempered and impatient, but also, again, optimistic at the right times and inspiring to others, or likes to be inspired. So in terms of focus, this really would, it does draw a lot of attention to ambition and finance. And this part of the reading is not on the general energies. This is more specific to finance. So I do feel that this is a person, again, that's coming through. But if in terms of a vocation, the person could be somebody who's into developing or real estate or construction, but they have leadership qualities nonetheless. So we are dealing with some very strong leadership qualities, from the King of Swords to the King of Wands here. But this is somebody who generally tends to work alone, could be an Aries type personality. So again, in terms of the focus, I just feel that this is an ambitious person. It could represent yourself or somebody around you. Professionally, you could be making some, really strong contacts. But again, I just feel that overall conditions around business and finance are going to improve. There's a lot of messages coming through. There's definitely some increases. There is some acquiring of money or repeat business or contacts. Lots of communication, lots of texting. Anything along that line comes through with the Eight of Wands. Eights are always about overcoming difficulties as well, but there is success with the King of Wands that comes through, and good fortune. And in terms of a relationship, it could be a new love interest that's coming through here. Again, I tend not to do a lot of readings as far as love and that kind of area, just because I feel it really needs a reading of its own. So I gravitate to just touching on it. But certainly there's some other readers out there that can give you a lot more detail on that. But again, this could be about you receiving a gift. It's just about... again, communication coming through. There's an end of a cycle of some sort. There is success, but updating of old projects and, profits coming through with a business. It could speak to getting assistance, during a time of need as well. These are some of the blessings and some of the help that comes through, whether it's mental, physical, emotional, or spiritual. But again, it's giving help, getting help. A lot of messages coming through here with that also speak to the end of the world cycle. So again, with the end of the world, I just feel like there's some completion coming through here. Something is finishing up and you're able to move forward. You're able to move forward and in a new headspace here, because there is something that's causing, it's right beside the Tower card, something that's keeping you up. There's a little, for sure you're in your head, there's a lot of anxiety around this, whatever this end of world situation is, and I don't mean end of world literally, please don't take it that way, just figurative, but in terms of money, and again, these are clarifiers, so it's not the main card, but the world card itself is, money coming through, and it could even be from more than one source, whether it's tax refund or something coming through from some kind of aid of some sort. But the card in itself, does speak to success and a lot of restrictions being removed, and there's new opportunities that come through here, but it's also about stepping out of your comfort zone. But if there was a delay on something, there was some fast information coming through that is not going to be the case anymore, that is coming to an end here, whatever that delay was. And you're liberated from restraints here with the World card and that end cycle, as I said. And there's progress. Whatever was blocking you or making you feel stressed, that blockage is being removed. And the Tower movement, or the Tower moment rather, is removing that. So again, Tower moments aren't always bad. Sometimes they're really just there to pull you through, to let you know whatever a weak foundation was, or whatever wasn't solidified, is being restructured in some way. So I just feel that, there's some advantages and gains that are still coming through here, but it took the Tower moment to bring about that gain. So whether that is that unexpected event, which again is what the Tower moment is, whatever that unexpected surprise was, that you felt a lot of anxiety about, and maybe even felt that there was going to be some sense of loss with the Five of Pentacles, whatever you thought was going to be a loss, is really just you assuming. You might have had some kind of insecurity or fear, or maybe it was even rejection if it's in terms of a relationship, but some kind of hardship or victim mentality here. And again, it could represent temporary hardship, and maybe it was unemployment that you were fearing here, and especially with the Tower moment, and closely connected to the anxiety from the Nine of Swords. But again, nines are still all about action. It's about you taking action and moving forward. So there's lots of really strong positives coming through there. So just want to see if we had, and yeah, there was more than one nine here. We've also got the Nine of Pentacles, which is a clarifier. And so when there's more than one nine in a reading, we are looking at also another additional meaning is that you really wanted to just be alone. I think you've wanted to be alone here to deal with some of the issues, probably stemming from previous months. I don't feel it all just occurred in the month of August, but you're still dealing with whatever that struggle was. And maybe there was some sense of you, again, spending some time alone to deal with things with the two nines there. And maybe in terms of a relationship, because it is closely connected to the King of Cups here, maybe one of you needed to have some time alone. So maybe there was a little level of separation, involved here, or a little bit of distance. But overall, it's just a temporary period here in probably the early weeks of August, early week to middle. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles, I suspect, is you coming through in this reading here. The Queen of Pentacles is really somebody who's quite caring and self-sufficient, and again, really strong energies. We're not talking about pages and people that are, significantly young in age. The Queen of Pentacles is really somebody who's quite secure and a very determined, idealistic kind of person. Can be a little, again, these fall on a spectrum, can be a little pragmatic and opinionated, but a really dedicated, compassionate, friendly person overall. So this is somebody who might be a little sensitive to outside events or things that go on. But overall, again, the focus is on hopes and wishes and things coming through and manifesting. And there's just an overall, this is an Aquarius. The Queen of Pentacles stands for an Aquarius. So again, it could be an Aquarius as an astrological sign coming through here. But either way, just the energy of that person is represented here. So in terms of, a romance or whatever, it could be somebody that is showing some interest in you. But as far as money in itself, because a lot of times our relationships are connected to money. That's the only reason why I bring that up there. But there is some kind of new information that's also coming through here. So whether it's about your work, or you're changing your perspective that will cause you to see things in a brighter light, whatever it is. On the career front, you're feeling more secure and the money is starting to free up. Whatever delays there might have been, that's all starting to subside and resolve. There's also, and again, there was profits and gains and rewards that are coming through for the month of August. I do feel it's a positive omen as well, or of something to come. So if all of these blessings aren't coming through for the period of August, know that they are still on their way, even if there is a bit of a delay. But it is special favors or gifts, things of that nature that come through. But again, it could also speak to your energy as a person. So again, I did feel there was a legal matter. I do still feel very optimistic about it, though. This is Libra energy also coming through with the Justice card. But again, with the threes, I do feel that there's a collaboration, and that there's everybody's kind of working together for the betterment of the good for a fair and just determination. And then with the Fool, there is also that leap of faith that is coming through. Again, sort of dipping into the unknown, not really sure where that leads, but it's not a reckless energy. It's really one of a new beginning here. So I feel that whatever this legal matter is, it's tying up loose ends. It's a collaboration. Everybody's working together to bring about this partnership and this legal issue. So there's a good balance all around. So it's there might be a little bit of tension around it, but I don't feel that it's anything that has a real strong lingering effect. I feel that it just took you off guard, but it's still a pleasant resolve. There's a supportive nature coming through with that Three of Pentacles. There's a teamwork, there's harmony, there is, determination to work together, and there's support all the way through here. So with whatever this is, and it's a fair decision. So we've also got the Sun card coming through with the Chariot and the Hermit. Again, these two are clarifiers for the Sun card, and the Sun card is one of optimism. So it's one of optimism, it's one of success, it's one of recognition. Depends on the other cards around it, but I would say in this particular case there is some kind of success that's coming through here with the Chariot supporting that. So again, with the Sun card, you are looking at a positive resolution. I don't think that everything may have come through as you expected it to, but it's still communication. It's still fortune that's coming in. Maybe there is some kind of good surprise or an opportunity. It's a reason for you to be optimistic and for sure, again, rewards and recognition. But in terms of and there's solutions. It's about personal achievement, as I said, with the Sun card here as well. But it's overall success and just a revitalization of that positive energy. There's an awakening here. There's something being illuminated. This victory is being illuminated with the Chariot card. What I will say, though, is with the Hermit card, there is a bit of a withdrawal energy there. So normally, with the Hermit card, I mean, there's a pulling back, but I also feel that there's some kind of inner knowledge or some kind of wisdom that's come through here, some kind of guidance, some kind of soul searching, some kind of spiritual enlightenment that is coming through, that intuition that I mentioned earlier, that you are able to rely on and trust for the month of August. But, I feel that overall there is a lot of communication. There's knowledge that's coming through here. There are work that's well done, that you're receiving some money for. But overall, it's a new cycle. It's a happier cycle for the month of August in terms of money and opportunities. So I don't feel like there's anything here that, you've got positive solutions coming through. Whatever delays there might have been is starting to resolve. I just feel that there's overall just a better energy all around here of good things to come. So anyway, Overall, moving on, and again, even with that legal matter, it just feels like it's just tying up loose ends, and I feel like it's an overall positive message as well that's coming through from that. So, but anyway, moving on to the last three cards here, and this is, we only have two more that go toward the end of the month there. This is actually, so we've got the Knight of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles, where the Nine of Pentacles can speak to wealth and independence. Again, it's whatever wealth means to you. So not everybody is looking for strong amounts of money here. And I wanted to just quickly mention as well, with this combination here, with the Sun card, the Chariot, and the Hermit, this combination also speaks to, if there was, for some of you, again, not all of you, but for some of you, I feel there was, maybe you were lacking in some self-confidence, and I feel that you are building that level of spiritual knowledge, which helps you to understand and become more confident, and through that wisdom, you've got some authority and power again over your life, and you're feeling that security, and so you're able to enjoy your life again. And that's why I feel you've got the Knight of Cups coming through with the Six of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles clarifying. So again, the Knights are generally about messages coming through. I feel that with the Six of Cups, you're actually able to, or someone is able to communicate their deepest feelings, without fear, and there's some kind of renewed passion. And whether that passion is, Knight of Cups speak to not just love in the traditional romantic sense, but also love of family, love of friends. So, I mean, in a broader sense, there's some kind of communication of our deepest feelings here for you, Taurus, that is allowing you to feel much stronger and independent, and again, it could be just a renewed sense of love coming through. Getting another message, I feel, again, this is for another separate group of Taurus people, that if this resonates for you, what I'm also getting here in regards to that legal matter is that the message is coming through that there is deeper communication that is coming through regarding an old issue or something from the past that has erupted. But overall, again, with the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like everything is balanced, and that there's a sense of harmony and reward coming through, and that it's a fair situation. But a partnership or a business is really what the Nine of Pentacles comes through. So whatever it was, it feels like there's some kind of communication with that partnership, with that corporation, with that business, with that whatever that existing situation was for you, or friendship, or or family connection. But either way, there's some kind of renewed communication, and again, a betterment in terms of money. But again, there's some kind of unexpected surprise in terms of just something you weren't prepared for. But again, there's still a pleasant surprise coming through with this combination. So again, pleasant surprises, something that turns in your favor. But overall, again, I just feel the last two cards here kind of pull it all together, with the Hierophant and the Seven of Cups. So individually, the Hierophant really is a card speaking to things that are mysterious and things that haven't yet come to the surface, some things that are in the subconscious. And then with the Seven of Cups, it could be a lot of options, a lot of choices, a lot of anxiety individually here with these cards. But I feel overall that with this combination, that there is actually some sense of loyalty to, how do I say, I don't want to say to morality, but some sense of wise or wisdom, some sense of wisdom or guidance that's coming through that helps to, get rid of a lot of the anxiety and the stress that is revolving around probably the legal issue, but it could be around, something more relevant to you. But it's spiritual wisdom, it's tradition, it's conformity, it's morality that's coming through with the Queen of, the High Priestess. That was the High Priestess, not the Hierophant. But with the High Priestess, let me correct, that is actually sacred knowledge and intuitiveness that's coming through to help guide you through. So similar along the lines of, it's just more of an unconscious divine feminine energy that's coming through with this card versus the male Hierophant sort of energy here. But it's hidden knowledge. It's also, I feel at the end of the month here, at the end of August, you're in a dreamy state. I think for some of you, it's more of a dreamy state. So you might be taking this sacred knowledge and this intuition, and you're allowing it to help you to create with the Seven of Cups, because the combination is really one of, daydreaming and feeling a little more passive and procrastinating and secretive and mysterious, and it's just all of those things that are kind of pregnant before you are about to birth an idea. So maybe the creativity is more so toward the end of August versus anything in the beginning here, which did make some sense. I didn't feel a lot of that coming through in the beginning. It does make sense that this is coming through actually at the end of August, a lot of this creativity. But again, it's going to vary for all of you, because some Taurians will be more active in a particular sphere than others, and so some may be putting more energy toward their creative projects, so they're going to move ahead a lot faster in their creative projects. Others might be a little slow and still stuck in that pragmatic mindset, a little slow to act on their creative talents. And so again, there's going to be a little bit of a lag, and you're going to see that carry through over to other months. So not everybody is on a day-to-day how do I say, level of achievement. Again, they're general energies, general time frames, and everybody actualizes things at their own pace. So but again, take what resonates. Don't try to make it fit. Again, it's a general reading, so not everybody is going to be able to feel that they can make sense of all of this. But hope that gave you some insight, nonetheless, Taurus, for the month of August 2020, and look forward to seeing you in September. Stay safe.